Oh my goodness. I
Ta-da!
forgot to get dressed.
Oh,
I'm
no.
naked under this.
That's okay. We don't mind, do we,
We
guys?
don't mind.
Hi, everybody.
No. See, I made you smile.
Yes, you
Started
always
off.
do. You always do. Silly
That's my
wabbit.
plan in life. My silly wabbit. Tricks are for kids.
Oh.
So how have you been? I just made sure my volume's off because I tend to
Good. I'm
forget.
just seeing somebody talking about vanilla cake.
That's vanilla Coke.
Oh, Coke?
They're talking about like
Oh, I can't even
restaurants.
see. Oh,
Yeah, go
cherry
into
Coke. Okay,
it.
I like that. Cherry
They're
Coke.
talking about olden day Coke when it had the
OG. Oh.
the OG Coca-Cola.
Oh,
My mom told me about
nice.
the OG Coca-Cola.
Vanilla Coke from a fountain. I thought I said, yeah, I better have you read tonight. I'm getting old and tired. I can't read.
I do have my glasses. I was actually prepared to have my glasses as I can't find them.
Oh,
Okay,
I saw last night you didn't have your glasses. Yeah, you were reading like me last night.
yeah,
This is Southern.
I get real close and do the.
We've got Summer Savage and Susan P. and Jane. Hello, Jane. Who else we got? You can click too, honey. We got Retired Red. Who you got? Tian, Jenny. Everybody. Got.
See, that's a long conversation about food, and now I'm suddenly hungry.
I know,
Like,
eh?
they made me crave In-N-Out, and I'm like, man, I don't think Carrie's gonna be down to go to In-N-Out.
I don't even know the closest In-N-Out from here. Probably a long way. Joel McCoy, I'm fond of both of these people, so it's great to see them together. Thank you. Yes, we've been trying to do this for a while. And I think that, you know, the subject that you picked, a few weeks ago now, is very much like fitting for this week, you know,
Okay.
because we've been
That
talking
was
about,
fun.
yeah, we've been talking about little kids having to do Scientology. You know,
Yeah.
I had a stream with the other Liz, 2 Liz's in one day. I hit the jackpot.
I know you got double the Liz.
I did. I got double Liz today.
And I love how she's so passionate with everything that she talks about. And then I'm just like, I still feel myself getting flustered when I'm like, and then when I was a kid, and then and she's just, it just flows.
I know from what she's said, you know, on her streams that it's, you know, it's taken a while. It's never easy, I'm sure. And, you know, everyone has a, you know, their own timeline, their own different ways of expressing themselves. But I tell you, I see the passion in you, Liz, because when you get going, it's like, whoa.
Someone opened the floodgates and I'm ready. That's usually what it is.
Right.
We have the inappropriate Hef.
Oh, hey. Hey, Hef. So good to see you, honey. Nice. Pato. Hi, everybody.
Are we all caught up?
Corinne. Oh, and good to see you. Chow Yun Smut. Cricket is here, present and accounted for. Yay, that's what we like to see. So we like to see.
Perfect. Chow Yun Smut, if you can post in there how many you need left.
To get to 300, is it?
No,
or 500, I mean, by 500.
I think it's 1,000. She was going for 1,000.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let us know. And it's at, let me, I feel like I should have a banner.
We got Lou, Leaving Scientology.
Hey.
Be Married for Life. Sophia. She takes a good picture. That's a very good picture.
Beautiful. Yep. I want to make sure I'm spelling this right.
Okay, so as Retired Red put it, hello, one of our fam needs help. Chow Yun Smut is very close to monetization, but she is in the need to hit some sub count. Please consider subbing too, and then there is her actual clicking link. If you can say hi, drop in, just wave a little bit, it always helps.
Yep. And I've got a banner here at Chow Yun Smut. 333. Okay.
Nice.
You know, 167, right, to get to the first
Oh, I thought she was going towards
monetization
her.
threshold
Oh, okay. The first one, the first
is
threshold. Okay.
500.
Okay.
Yep.
No, I
Yep.
was thinking about like the race I did to, oh, I can make it to 1,000. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just 100 away. I can make it to 1,000,
Oh,
so
she'll
that way we
sail to
can.
that. Yeah, she'll sail to that. And I bet, I bet you already have your 3,000 hours because she stays up half the night. She stays up at least 2 hours a night doing her stream with the dirty stay ups. And I love it. I try to make it, but it's usually at 2 a.m. And that's about when I actually pass out. So I try to at least say hi to everybody before I pass out. So. Yeah. So while we're if anyone wants to subscribe to Free as an Eagle while I'm looking at my banners at Free as an Eagle, that is my hubby, Duncan. He's doing really good with his channel. He has over 123 subs, I think. And if you like nature, if you like pets, dogs, if you like skiing, if you like what else, music, or if you like near-death experiences and want to know what's maybe on the other side, subscribe to Free as an Eagle at Free as an Eagle. So that's our commercials for the time.
You're like, that is our, and now back to your regularly scheduled program.
Programming. Yes. Oh, okay. Susan P is a dirty stay up. Yes. We love ourselves some dirty stay ups.
Sometimes it's hard. Like I'm kind of old. I go to bed early. I like waking up at 6 o'clock my time to 6 o'clock my time so I can spend some time with my love.
Thank you, Incarnasoul. I love that smile. Love my dirty stay-ups and my replay crew. Yes. Yeah, you could always see the replay if you don't want to be a dirty stay-up. So here we are, Ask an SP. So you chose the topic.
I did.
Adults in little bodies.
I did, because that's something that I was told to me on a regular basis. It's basically like if you asked for your parent, if I walked into AOLA, I had to go to the secretary first, go to the secretary, say who is my mom, blah, blah, blah. For some reason, even though she was the only LRH comm, I guess she had to be called to see if I can come up. So in the process of that, I would constantly be told, you don't need your parent. You're an adult in a little body. You are not your body. That you've been alive for billions of years. And, I should have known back then.
Would they tell you, what's your earliest memory of them saying that to you?
Honestly, so my mom, I was 3 years old. My mom had a party for me in Incom. Like she baked a cake. She did like the whole works. And then my grandparents had sent me down some Barbies. Woo-hoo. And so my mom had a birthday party for me in Incom, which is the secret area, the secret, computer area. And then she'd gotten into some massive trouble for having a birthday party there. And so the next day I was told that by her boss that I was not welcome. I was not welcome in her area. And I'm an adult in a little body. And it's time I start acting like it.
Yeah, it is one of the grossest things.
Mm-hmm. And if you got sick, like there was a couple times like strep throat ran across like when I say ran across the club, it was like through every single kid. And before you knew it, everyone just had strep throat. Mm-hmm. And a lot of kids got quarantined, but you'd have to go to the doctor. And then because you were sick, my mom would make me do lower conditions. And then she would tell me someone around you is depressive. We need to find out who it is. Let's negate the fact that every kid just had this.
Right. Yeah.
So that was a big thing that she was really into.
How did it make you feel? Do you remember? It was like scared or suspicious of people? I mean, you were so little. Could you even understand what she was saying?
No. No, I didn't really understand. I mean, you keep repeating it over and over again, and then finally that became like my stable information. Like it would be years go by, years go by, years go by, and you're still believing that you are a suitcase and you're taking everything literal. Little did I know that's because of autism. So I really thought that we were a suitcase and we were like a ball of light and power and just inside of a suitcase. I wasn't the brightest kid.
No, well, how could you possibly make sense of that, and process it at that age?
And that's the hard part is like as I get older, I'm like, wow, I really believed. And now I know that I have characteristics of autism. And so because of the characteristics of autism added to the Scientology, I take everything literal. And that helped me believe in them a little bit longer, I think.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what were some of the things that were the most, the hardest to like wrap your head around or like even endure? Like, I can't imagine being a young child having to do the TRs. I mean, did you have to do those as a kid?
Yeah.
Stare?
I had to do success through communication as well. I was bomb at clay models. Let me tell you, I had that down. But yeah, I had to do a lot of it. I had to do a lot of the courses, have someone yell at me, that full works. And I was that kid that would hysterically cry. Like, I don't understand what's happening, because, even though I say I went through these courses, I didn't. I would have people explain them to me because I was, if you say, oh, I just don't get that. Can you tell me again? And you have someone help explain it to you. I wasn't very educated. Like I did not really know how to read. My math was way up there. My reading, I had none. Like the Cat in the Hat was too much for me when I left Scientology. Well, when my mom left the Sea Org, the Cat in the Hat was too much for me. Like I couldn't figure it out. And then I had to get a special tutor. And then she taught me how to read. I literally sat there every single day, 2 hours a day, teaching me how to read. Wow. But my math was good.
So you had a tutor. You didn't go to school.
No, I went to public school.
Okay, so you had a tutor on top of it.
Yes, I had a tutor on top of it. And then I went to that school until the teacher, once I was officially, ready to be in there, had decided, oh, Liz is back, everybody. Don't forget, she's the one from the cult. And I did not know what that meant.
Wow.
And so I grabbed my bag, and at lunchtime, I grabbed my bag and I just walked home. Like, I don't need to be here. I don't know what that is, but that sounded rude.
Yeah.
And I walked my butt all the way back to my grandma's house. And then from there, I told my mom. My mom drove over to the school and I was expelled.
You were expelled? Why? Because your mother yelled at them? Why?
Because my mom laid hands.
Oh. For people calling it a cult. Like, how old were you at that point?
I want to say I was 8. No. Sorry, I'm confusing it. So it was, okay, don't laugh, everybody. There's a part of me that wants to tell you I was 8. I was 10 when I went to a real school. I was 10 years old. That's not something I'm super proud of, to be completely honest, because I went to Scientology schools and then when I wasn't in school or the church wasn't making the payment to the school, we couldn't go. We were playing around on the street. We were we were bicycling and getting McDonald's and Wendy's. And if you found a quarter, which it was super easy to find quarters around AOLA, from finding quarters, we'd walk over to Thrifty's and we'd get an ice cream. So it was only 25 cents when I was a kid. Now it's a ridiculous like $4.
And there's no shame in being 8 and whatever. You didn't choose this, you've done fantastic. You're so smart in spite of all that. So
I just put in a lot of work. I honestly did. With the tutor, I put in a lot of work so that I could learn how to read, because that was important to me. I hated looking at things and not knowing what they meant. People would be looking at a sign and they'd be laughing, and I'd be the person that's like, what does it say? I didn't want to be that kid. That was the kid I didn't want to be. So what did I do? I tried my hardest and I did everything humanly possible to be better than that. Once I learned to read, it was on.
Yeah. And you've done fantastic. So I'm proud of you. Yeah. It's just, I'm just thinking of so many aspects of your childhood that you've shared, and so many things having to do with your Scientological training or indoctrination. Did you feel like you had to like go back and think about like the childhood you lost? Like, I see Pokemon behind you. And I love that. Sorry.
I just didn't have that childhood. Like, the most of a childhood I had is once I moved up, like my mom we moved into our own place. Hold on, I thought I heard something. But the best way I can explain it is, I'm losing my train of thought. Can you excuse me for just a second?
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
Ahead. Absolutely. All right, everybody. I'm just going to read a couple of comments and do a couple greetings. Corinne Mercer, I've never been in Scientology, thankfully, but I feel for you all so much. A clean house for a Scientologist family. It was very bizarre, I can imagine. Yeah, Liz Gale was showing us the mother load amount of paraphernalia she has from Scientology that she got in one big lump, I don't know, collection. And yeah, I can imagine cleaning a Scientologist house and seeing all these like e-meters and strange stuff. Yep. Liz, she'll be back in a minute. Yeah. So who did I miss? Batgoat, good to see you. Stacy Toms, just saying hi to people. Colsby Colton, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us. Thank you, Retired Red, for putting all of the links up. We got, it moves fast and I miss it.
I know they move fast.
Venmo. Yes, Elizabeth Ferris. Yeah, so we're
sorry about that.
Oh, that's okay. We're hanging out together.
A song came on and she absolutely loved it, and she didn't realize that she was singing it that loud.
I didn't even hear her. Can you hear my dryer? Can you hear my dryer?
Yeah.
No? Oh, you can hear it? Sorry, guys. It's going to buzz really obnoxiously at some point.
It's totally okay. Mine's going to buzz too, but I got a little bit of time. So in the so
I see
once
Tammy. Can anyone see me?
Yep, we all see you, Tammy.
See you, Tammy. Hi.
So once I learned to read, it was on. I had an amazing, because I had to repeat 4th grade, because I didn't learn a bloody thing. And I had an amazing teacher, and I still remember her name to this day. Her name was Carrie Milanob. And that was like the first teacher that I still to this day. I love so many of my professors in college, but at the same time, she was like so nice. And then one day I accidentally called her mom because she was like that hug. She would hug you every morning and be like,
Oh,
welcome to class. I don't know if it's legal to do now,
probably
but
not.
she would hug you right as you're
A
walking
teacher.
into the class. She will tell you that, we're going to have a phenomenal day. And if you have like a bad mood, she's like, you're taking my phenomenal away. You've got
Aw.
5 minutes, and it was just the coolest thing. And so she made me want to learn even more. She got me
I
into
love that.
private like science clubs and things like that.
Mhm.
So then I became a giant nerd. I still have
I
problems
love it.
reading because I still train myself to read quickly, which means I didn't understand the word or like not understand the word. But if I try to like, let's do this, like Summer, there's always one good teacher
Mhm,
you will never forget.
mhm.
That's how I read it. Now let's grab Mandy's. Yes, it is illegal. A part of development too. Kids need hugs. I stutter if it gets like more than I can memorize in 1 second.
Gotcha. Yeah, I can't read very well. Like, the longer comments, but the words just kinda, and when you brought up a cult, like, and you're part of, like, a big group, right? And you're sort of like a number, um, like, I still got crooked teeth. I'm like, at this point, like, I could do
I have
Invisalign.
dentures. Let's not go
Yeah,
there.
so I'm just saying, yeah, exactly. It's like, well, I never got tested for dyslexia or anything, ADHD, CP,
I'm actually glad to be tested.
complex
It's
PTSD.
super easy. You just see a therapist, you ask them if they can diagnose you, and then you see a psychiatrist to see if they can do the other stuff.
Mhm.
Well, my psychiatrist is like, "Yeah, you're on the spectrum. You're definitely autistic." And I'm like, "Well, you've only been working with me for a year and a half. How dare you say that?" And he's like, "Yeah, I've been working with you a year and a half. I'm this is a very educated comment." So, and then Carrie said it, and I was like, no, that first psychiatrist was wrong. And then my new psychiatrist was like, no, I think you are.
Well, you're doing very well, and it's just one of the things that is, part of us. I mean, I
Right?
still have, pretty bad scars, but I look down and I say, "I'm lucky to be alive,"
Uh-huh.
Just a reminder.
And I
It's
am
part of
so grateful you're alive because
you.
trust me, you know, I'm covered in scars. I've broken almost every bone in my body, some multiple times. Um, but I'm I'm finally at a spot that I like me. I
Yeah.
really like me.
Well, good, because I like you too. Thank you,
Lori,
sir.
thank you so very much for the super chat. I completely appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Very nice, thank you. Well, sending
So,
hearts.
yeah, thank you for the hearts.
Jacko says, "I get that, Liz. Sometimes I stutter because my brain is going too fast."
Mhm.
Makes sense. Colsby Colton, both of you have beautiful smiles. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This one, I will call my dentist and say thank you so much for giving me a pretty smile.
Mhm.
So after elementary school, I went on to um, seventh grade, eighth grade, junior high, as one was calling it. And I got myself expelled after like 6 months because a kid kept calling me, what was it? The humpback whale, the orca, whatever it was. So I gave him a warning. I'm like, look, I'm not going to do nothing to you. I'm not going to say nothing to you. Just please stop. Like I'm starting to get mad. And he's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? So I kicked him in his no square as hard as I possibly could.
Well,
So
and that was you got
not
expelled
exactly
for
my
that?
proudest moment. Yeah, because he got very badly injured.
Oh.
He got
Well, I
very,
guess he
very
never did
badly.
that again.
I hope not. But then my mom moved me. Now here's where it gets strange. So I grew up in a cult. It was a very small area. Everybody knew everybody else's business. What did my mom do when I started acclimating to, people around? She sent me to a really hick town called Groveland. And if any of you guys have been there, I'm not bashing Groveland. it's just population 1,200, a lake. The lake has the doo-doo tunnels, and I do mean doo-doo, the doo-doo tunnels that go underneath the lake, and the doo-doo tunnels occasionally explode and there be lake doo-doo. Yeah,
Oh.
you can't go to the lake for a little while because it'll
Oh.
say hazardous material.
Oh, well, I was going to say that this town I live in only has 700 people and no lake and a dung heap, but yeah, no doo-doo lake.
Yeah,
Just
that was
dung
fun
heap.
to learn.
Yikes.
But I, had a good time, and then I'd continue playing softball. Because that's the one thing I was actually really, really good at, was playing softball. And then from playing softball, I told my mom I wanted Division I school. The schools nearby were not Division I, so I wanted to go play sports so that I could go to college without my family's assistance. But didn't make it past my, well, I technically graduated early because I was the big pregnant.
Yeah.
And now you're all caught up. But at least I have that nice little piece of paper that says high school diploma.
Yeah, and you went to college, which is more than I can say.
Once I got
through
out.
one semester. Yeah.
Yeah, once I got out, I did. But before then, no. Like, I should, there was a part of me that before I went into the Sea Org, I just wanted to be a doctor. I wanted to be a doctor that, saved anybody. Like anybody. I just wanted to be an emergency room physician. That's all I wanted to be. Then after I get out of the Sea Org, I want to be a child ER physician because I want to be able to stop all the abuse.
Yeah.
Because I remember how many times Scientology brought me to the emergency room with an ear infection, and then it would turn out to be my jaw was dislocated. It was just the stupidest things. And then you go to this doctor that's down the street, and the doctor that's down the street is giving you shots, but instead of being gentle, he's like,
who was the doctor down the street? Was he a Scientologist?
Yeah, he was a Scientologist. We only went to one doctor. We literally only went to one doctor. When it came to the dentist, because my baby two front teeth were bashed in, that was a Scientology. We were only allowed to go to Scientology doctors. Yeah. And that was a Scientology dentist, which, they're just so wonderful, guys.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of.
They're just super wonderful. Like,
we got more people joining us. Hey, CO Bill and Peace Be the Journey. So good to see you all. I think we got more coming in. Alice in Wonderland.
Hey. I like that.
I like it. Yeah, did you have to memorize Alice in Wonderland when you were young?
You'd be surprised how many things I actually did memorize, just so I would sound normal reading. That was the kicker.
Is that one of the TRs? Is the Alice in Wonderland where you're like reciting it and you can't look at the person or something like that?
No fumble.
We got our friend Poe on the go.
Howdy, howdy.
Hey, you'll be on.
I love that he's a country boy, but yes, I will be on with Poe tomorrow at 5:00.
Okay, so
8:00
Eastern, 5:00 Pacific time. Awesome.
Yep, 5:00 California time. It's 5:00 somewhere.
Kadini, great to see you. And I think we said hi to Summer Savage. Everybody says hi to Poe. Nice. Oh, isn't one of the upper in I think
it is a TR.
It's a TR. I think it's part of TR because I played. The only reason why I know is because Duncan did. I played that video with Jessie Prince and I forgot her name, Stacey something, and that was part of. Where does it start? One is like the staring, and
one always got me. That took me a long time as a kid because I would feel like I'm not good at staring contests. I'm really not. Now I am. But in the moment, No, because when you have to repeat things and you're just like,
Right.
you realize you go numb real quick.
Yeah, so you kinda have to blank out. Kelly was telling me you had to do it for 2 hours as a little child, like 6, 8 years old, for 2 hours without moving, without flinching. You could only blink, normally. You can't scratch your nose, you can't fidget, you
No,
can't
no,
turn
and
your
you'll and
head.
it'll when you're a kid, it for some reason, as you're sitting there, your nose starts to itch like nobody's business. You're just
Yeah,
like, and then if
yeah,
you fidget, you fail at any
yep,
kind of fidget. So crossing your legs, yes, that's fidgeting. You are to sit where your legs are right in line to the chair legs, and then from there you sit at your 90-degree, your hands together, and then but not touching, just together.
I mean, I tend to agree. I think that's way
A lot of
and
it was child abuse that we passed
yeah,
off as normal.
yeah,
You know, the babysitter punching me in the gut so many times that, I actually vomited blood.
mm,
Um, and then him screaming at me just because I was in the kitchen when he just asked me to come to the kitchen. Yeah.
mm. Hi, Jen Mint. Good to see ya. Yeah. Yeah, I think the upper indoc was what Liz Gail was talking about earlier today. She had the book of the upper indoc
I know I
TRs,
was trying to
and
watch
it
it, but
was
I was
like,
at work.
oh, it's okay. You can always watch the. I have some. Haven't figured out how to do the chapter breaks, but I did watch some of it and kind of get some timestamps for it. But she was talking about moving, like your body. Somebody is like basically
Moving you
moving you, and
around.
they called you like 8 C's or like it's a verb, like you're moving them around, like 8 Cing them, and you're like touch or looking at the wall and then moving over here, and it's basically teaching you to be physically controlled and
Yeah.
manipulated.
It's
Ugh,
it's also
yeah.
very similar to the assists. So
Mhm,
there's a touch assist where you say, "Feel my finger." Good. Feel my
mhm,
finger, and you reply, "Yes." They reply, "Good." And then you get over you it doesn't matter who's giving you a touch assist. You could be a little kid. My first touch assist that I remember, I honestly, I want to say I was 5 was the first one I remember feeling uncomfortable and feeling out of place because, I had gotten a sunburn and my mom had just taken me to the beach, but she had gotten a really bad sunburn where her legs were fried. And I
mm,
mean, like, there's zero tanning ability in my mother, like absolute zero. But she got burnt and my back got fried. In the process of that, I was to report to the org because she couldn't report to the organization. And I was to get touch assist and do my lower conditions. Because if you get a sunburn, that's liability.
God. Oh
So,
my god.
and because my sunburn hurt, um, don't know. I don't want to out him, but my friend's dad was like, "Hey, I will give you a touch assist." It was the most uncomfortable thing that I'd ever been through in my entire life. Like it felt like my whole body was open to feel my finger, feel my finger. Like it lasted for hours.
Oh, not
It
okay.
was the worst day ever.
Oh, that's gross. Ugh, so
But
sad.
I knew their dad. So it's like I was good friends with them. They were one of the AOLA kids. So it's
Mhm.
like I'm not supposed to be disgusted by their dad, but this just feels wrong,
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
And I think to be completely honest, good time to tell you. So as much as I want to go to the Big Blue, I'm terrified of that area. I'm terrified. I've driven it, everybody, but I've never actually walked L. Ron
Mm,
Hubbard Boulevard since I left the Sea Org. Like I have not. I have not stepped foot on L. Ron Hubbard Boulevard. I have, however, set foot on Celebrity Center, kinda. I walked to a couple of places, mainly around the front and the top side and all that stuff. Um, but I have not walked the whole building. And I am very glad that I have my prescription of anxiety medication.
yeah.
Because I know I'm a little nervous, to be completely honest. but I'm also feel very powerful that we're going as a group, as family.
Yeah.
And there's a part of me that wishes I had enough money to buy a private jet so you can fly that way. Maybe Superman's real and he can pick you up.
The next room. Sometimes, yeah.
Yeah.
Memories of Big Blue are unsettling.
Yeah. There's a lot of bad memories of Big Blue. AOLA for me personally. Asho, not so much. Like,
oh, Coffee First. Yeah, Stacy Brooks. That's her name. Yeah.
okay.
It's okay, Cricket. If I hadn't heard it today, I definitely wouldn't have ever known that at all. I couldn't even remember Stacy's name too. So you're way ahead of me. I didn't remember any of that. You'll have your family by choice with you.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Let me grab this one.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, let me get out of there. Okay.
Okay. Laura, where were you when you went with Eat Predators? So we started off at the main basically they started off at the main entrance and then they ended up on the corner where La Poupe L and then Gleason is catty corner. So we stayed on that corner for a lot. I tried to walk down to the Celebrity Garage entrance and I started feeling a little. So I walked to the other side to the front U shape, where valet is supposed to pick you up. You too can become a cult member for just giving a valet $2. But then I walked around. We stayed with the group. I made sure that I wasn't alone. And I primarily made sure I wasn't alone because I don't deal with panic attacks. Yes, panic attacks. Yes, I've that is part of my CPTSD.
Yeah.
And
I had
of course
recently.
and then I've driven by the berthing that I tried to jump off of, and I tried to walk down that way, and like the closest I got was like walking towards it, but glancing across the street.
Right. But you were in front of CC when you were, talking, yelling
rice
out
and
about
beans are not a meal.
rice and beans, not a meal. Right.
Yep. And then
You gotta
I
watch
also boo-booed, like someone said that, oh, this person's saying they're a Scientologist and then they're saying they're not and they're this. And I'm like, please be here for the right reasons. And then Laura had to tell me, knock it off. Like every bit of help is help. And I'm like, you know what? You're right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah. I mean, as long as they're not, breaking the law, doing something bad. I mean, we're
correct
to the point where, everybody just showing up and trying, do whatever they can. But yeah, it is a little scary, I imagine. Like Gail was talking about, a lot of people want to go to the Portland, Oregon org, and she was like a little nervous, like if she's got all these people, she's like, I can't be like streets, like the guy's street.
She can absolutely be like street.
That, yeah, like don't get off there, don't go there. I think she could. She's finding her voice.
I think she can. She's finding her voice. It's loud. It's beautiful. I think she's absolutely finding everything that she needs to find.
Stacey Tom says, think of how strong you were to even consider facing that fear. You are one tough cookie. I totally agree.
Thank you so very much. And I'm not saying I'm not a tough cookie. I'm just saying at this very moment, it has me a little nervous. I'm glad that Carrie is coming with me. I'm glad that I have the amazing Oh No Nora. I'm glad that we have the Liz Gail. I feel like I'm doing the chicka Liz Gail. Laura, that's gonna be there. We have Alicia from the Degraded Daughter. We've got Serge Delmar, but what does he go by now? It's
literally
Serge.
Literally
Serge.
And literally Michael, his husband.
Yep, I love his husband. Yeah. Now that's a match. That is absolutely a match.
Literally Serge, yes. So can we talk about about panic attacks? Is it okay?
Absolutely.
Because we got some conversation about it. And I'm pretty sure I had one last week. When I got some news about my brother being very sick and some other things going on, and didn't know it was happening. But I actually, my son called me, my little one, my youngin, who is 22, but he's my baby, and he's had them. And he told me exactly what Summer Savage is saying. Distract your mind. He was like, Mom, look around the room, name unrelated objects, go outside, breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth. He actually talked me through it. And
Nice.
yeah, my baby. Yeah. I swear my kids know more stuff than I do.
Not
'Cause they
necessarily. They just have, the new age, you
right.
know? It's like someone,
Yep.
I was talking to someone the other day and they were like, what did she say? She's like, you don't believe in disciplining or smacking your children. And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And she's like, I was just telling you because I was, having a conversation with a friend and she had put her friend on the phone. So then I'm having this argument like, no, I don't believe in that. I grew up so badly abused. I'm never going to lay my hands on them. Please hand the phone back to my friend because you're kind of creepy.
Mm.
And then I feel like a jerk because I'm judging her, but she may not have had the life that I had.
Right.
And I'll be
Yeah.
honest, I had a minor panic attack when I was having that conversation because
It's
yeah.
abuse. Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
Oh, hold on 1 second.
Mhm.
Laura Font, the problem with going to Portland or Seattle is there's no one there. It's like Austin, where they are opening a new org, LA and Clearwater, where there is a lot of Scientologists and foot traffic. Well, I definitely understand the foot traffic and all of that information, but here's the thing, it's not necessarily about just the foot traffic. It can be literal, because think about it this way. I want to go to Hemet. I want to go see my dad. I want to take time to go see my dad. Dad, I'm coming. Just let them know we're coming to Hemet. And either which way, and just hoping, to be completely honest, because I don't want to promise something if it can't come true. But that's my goal, is to try to make it to Hemet, if any, for like an hour or two. But if we're going to Hemet, then it's basically, there's no foot traffic. There's no people that go in the orgs. The people that we're going to be talking to and standing there, explaining, you're going to get to see what really goes on with Sea Org members. You're going to catch them in the act at Hemet. There's not people there. And there's, go ahead, security. I know that you're so ethical. You're not.
Yeah.
Go ahead and listen to what we're having to say to you.
Yeah. And I think even going on in front of the Portland buildings and stuff, I was interested when Liz went and was showing us all, every thousands of people that watched on the play or live, just this empty office for LRH, which every org has. And
Yep.
I feel like even it is good to not to warn people not to go into the testing centers, but also just bringing awareness of like, here's a big empty building. When I went to Chicago and I saw the Ideal Org that's been beautiful, beautiful building on a busy street, completely abandoned. I was like, oh my God. Like, at that point, I wish I had the streaming ability, just like I say, hey guys, look at this beautiful building empty. And now I'm trying to find the Boston org. I have someone is local to Boston, kind of scouring and looking for something.
Go
And all they
ahead.
could
Look away
find
at all of them.
all they could find was an office on the second floor that they can't access. And I'm like, whoa. And it's right near Boston University. So the only foot traffic is the students, but I guess they'd be it's interesting to talk to. Like, hey, do you know there's Scientology here? What do you think about that? I don't know.
Yeah, like the students that are walking by, go ahead. Let the college students know. Hey, those recruiters that come to your campus that tell you they'll give you a personality test. And you know what? They will even tell you your IQ. I promise. You're signing up for the Sea Org.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yeah.
It's going to be like a vampire. They're going to suck your soul out.
And
Just
there
let me
is going
know.
to be another push for dissemination for people being brought in, because I forgot what Aaron called it, but supposedly there's going to be another rollout of having, people on the streets and body routing people in most of the orgs. So we'll see. Yeah. Pearl Snappy. Yes, she'll be on my channel tomorrow at noon Eastern.
Nice.
Last Pearl Snappy reported February 24th. Ooh, interesting. So that's not too far away. Yeah,
There
I
we
think
go.
the second gens are going to LA.
Yes, we're going to LA on February 24th. That's what time that's when we're going to be there. That's what we've got everything planned for. I know that we have quite a few starred comments.
Yep, we do.
Did you want to hit some of them so that way we don't fall behind and then all of a sudden we're going way past our bedtime?
Pearl Snappy Rex. Yes, I'll be interviewing her on my channel tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern.
Don't forget to ask her about how you can get a VPN. You need a VPN.
VPN.
Yes. Okay. She'll know what it means. I promise.
I kind of know what that is. Yeah,
but she can tell you which programs are available.
Oh, interesting. That's good to know. Okay, I'll ask her. Yeah, and she's got a doctorate too on something. I don't know what.
Chow Young Smut, no shame, Liz. I didn't earn my high school diploma until last summer when I was 49 years old. That is still a fantastic thing. Amazing. I had a really mean mom, so there was no chance of not getting out of that. Your turn.
Okay, Mischief. The more I learn about your life makes me wonder how you got through it all, Liz. And without Carrie at your side, you are a warrior.
Thank you so very much.
I agree.
How did I get through it? Sorry. To be completely honest, I got through it I had my Nana until I was 12. So that definitely helped get me through it. Then I had softball. And then, I was still getting hurt. So because I was still getting hurt, I had to hold on to anything. And sports turned out to be what I was holding on to. And sometimes, that's the best we can hold on to. I do have a few good memories, but sports definitely saved me.
All right. Sorry, I went to the chat. This was about, I think, going to LA. Sophia says, deep breaths, your pace, and you got through everything else. So far, you got this. So,
yep. So far, I've gotten through a lot. I can get through more.
Mischief says you will have your family by your side, Liz, so you have no need to be fearful. You're going to be awesome as usual. I agree.
Thank you so very much. And yes, I do see, I don't know if it was on both channels, but the Amazing Red was popping up. Alicia's, Nora's, Liz Gale's stuff on my side. I don't know if it was being popped up on yours as too, Marilyn.
No, I don't think so, but I can put it in the description. I've got all of the links.
Perfect. So and then at the end of this, when we're all done chitty chatting and we're, doing all that stuff, it'll be in the comments as well. So that way, if you do have the ability to help Alicia, myself, Nora, Liz, Gail, definitely let us know, or just, say nothing and do it your way. And every little bit helps.
Absolutely. We got to get you there. Absolutely. So Coffee First, Please says they were part of the Lisa McPherson Trust. Yes. Stacy Brooks and Jesse Prince, who I believe was a Sea Org member, ex-Sea Org member from Gold Base. He was one of the originals. He's one of the few African-American members. Very few.
That's one thing I will. Okay. So I had a conversation. I'm going to have a conversation with you, Miss Marilyn.
Okay.
So I was having a talk with a friend of ours. They came over to help us go through some papers and do what we have to do right now. In the process of it, I really thought there was only one Black person in all of LA. Because what everybody also needs to understand is there wasn't a lot of different races in Scientology when we were kids. You never saw one handicapped person. Never. And so when I went back and joined the Sea Org, then you saw a lot more diversity, but it was so different because there was still that undertone of racism in everything. But now we had, other people here, but predominantly when I was a kid, I will tell you, I literally felt like we were white supremacists. Especially when I found out what that word meant.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, look at their LRH's view with LGBTQ. I mean, it's definitely prejudice and bias and everything else.
He was definitely, he did not like anyone. He was not for colors. He was not like, I don't care if you're purple, green, black, blue. Well, if you're black and blue, please report to your nearest emergency room. Okay, I'm just saying that. But other than that, like, I don't care. I personally don't. But that's since I've gotten out, because I'm like, you know what? I've made friends. These people are amazing. These people are amazing. These people. And I don't care what their race, creed, orientation, anything. I just care that you're a good person.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Absolutely. Hi, Vicky. Hey, Liz. Hey, Marilyn. And Bat Goat said, my mom is mean and still a Scientologist. It's weird, but she's my mom, so I can't.
Bat Goat, you and I are in the exact same boat. Very same boat. Okay, here's one. Summer Savage, question. If they asked you to pay your freeloader debt, can't you take him home with, wait a minute. If they ask you to pay a freeloader debt, can't you take him home with you? I thought debts were when you blow or try to leave. So when it comes to a freeloader debt, this one I had to be explained. Oh, my bad. My bad. Basically what happens is it's a drill. It's some with Jackson, the amazing Jackson that we all know. He was letting everybody know that's a test to try to see if you know where that person is. And then I thought he was dead, so I played no part anymore. Basically, because I played no part anymore, he could have tried to run and then they caught him. It's literally that simple, and then all it takes is making them watch certain movies over and over and over, and hour upon hour upon hour. Oh, and don't forget writing your overts and withholds until you feel like your hand's going to fall off. But yeah, it's a test they do to, you're muted, my love.
Yeah, reprogramming, right?
Yep, reprogramming.
Yep. Unbelievable.
Look who I see in the chat.
Hey, Blow
Drill. Jesse Prince was at International, very high up in the early 80s. And this is a big compliment for you.
Oh, thank you. You're Blow Drill. You're welcome to come on my channel. I don't know your email or anything, but maybe Liz or somebody has it. I think we might be friends on Facebook, but yeah, if you'd like to do an Ask an SP, that would be awesome.
Right?
Yeah. I love that.
Him and Nora have like this amazing memory. They remember so many things, like so many. I have to see someone's face. When someone says like a name, I'm like, I have to see their face. I have to see that. Tell me what their post was. I remember stuff like that, but they have a memory for everything. Like she got a memory. Do we know when Austin official will be opening Coltsby Colton? That would probably be a good question for tomorrow.
Pearl Snappy, yeah.
With Pearl Snappy, because Pearl Snappy is the one that's arranging everything. She's got it all down. She was the first time I heard her story, I was watching Natalie. So literally, like, she's got a story. I would definitely go look at that. Okay. Laura Font in Seattle. This is the Life Center right downtown.
Yeah. Well, there's lots of foot traffic, but they're literally never open.
For body routing. Okay. Like recruiting.
The ideal org is way off in a more residential area.
Why is it
So
in a
there's the
residential
regular
area?
org and then ideal org.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're just probably just stashing money, right, in these big buildings.
No, I guarantee you. And again, the way that it a lot of it works is like the missions all pay a specific amount of money to be able to continue to teach and sell Scientology. And then
Mhm.
you have the orgs, and then they, lease their buildings, even though their buildings are already owned. They lease the buildings to, Scientology Corporation.
Right.
And then it's like, who has the most money? RTC, David Miscavige, all of that information. If you don't think that your money's being wasted, why does he own Dolce and Gabbana suits? Some of those suits are $20,000 to $30,000.
Yeah. Right.
Congratulations. Next time you give up a child going to college, that should let you know exactly what's going on. Okay, so Laura Font, it's not as big as the picture looked, and it's snowy or inviting like the Portland org.
Oh, it's not showy. Yeah, or inviting. Gotcha. So it's not as big. It's not anything special. I think she's saying
Most of them aren't.
the
Most
Seattle
of them
one.
really aren't.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look, a dose of rose. Thanks to you, Liz. I just downloaded a VPN.
Good.
There you
Good.
go. There you
Because
go.
it's better to be safe than let your information get out. That's my honest mantra. Like, I'm not letting anybody get some of my friends and family's phone numbers.
So we got a couple from Dylan. Leaving a Scientology building without permission can be considered a blow. I'd love to come on and chat with you. Excellent. Let's do it.
There you go.
And then one more from Dylan. The regular orgs used to be class 4 and then switched to class 5. Certain orgs were chosen to become ideal orgs.
Yep.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'd like to talk about that. Anything.
Right? He probably knows a lot more details than I do. That would be the best way that I would explain it.
Mm-hmm. Yes, I
Trevor.
do. Thanks for asking. Let's see. I got tons of banners here. I even have some from Liz's channel. Let's see. So my YouTube,
Pokemon and call.
this is my YouTube channel, and this is my email is coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. He should be easy to remember. And if you're not subscribed to, you're getting close to 3,000, aren't you?
I am. I'm roughly like 100 away from 3,000.
Oh my God.
Yes. So, and again, I'm just me, everybody. I'm literally just me.
And
if
we
you
love
need
you.
help, if you're an addict, if you have, are an alcoholic, please definitely know you're not alone. So sobriety takes a village, not just one person. And if you need a friend, a family member, I didn't grow up with one, but I can do my best to be there for you. That's my mission. And also let people know that mental health actually works because it saved my life.
Absolutely. Yes, and it's not just in Scientology that it's discouraged to go get therapy. Christian therapy was the only option for us, and even then, it really wasn't anything that was available much. So nothing wrong with it. It's very good. Helps. Oh, Yankee gear. You want to read that?
Yankee gear. Question, Vicky. Question, Liz. Will the Yankee gear appear behind you in the near future? A Yankee fan wants to know. The pendants that went across that tore when we moved it. The jacket unfortunately vanished. So I'm working on it. I'm absolutely working on it. So as soon as I have it again, I will definitely rock my Yankees gear.
Nice. And while I have this list, your email is freebobferris@gmail.com.
Save Bob
right?
Ferris.
Oh, save. Oh,
I'll just save Bob Ferris.
Never mind, guys. I'm gonna save. Oh, just a minute. I'll fix it. Okay. There we go. Oh, it didn't work. Okay, I'll fix it for next time.
It's okay. It's just save Bob Ferris@gmail.com.
Save Bob Ferris. I guess I'm getting tired.
It's totally okay. It's because we're old.
We're
I know
old.
I'm very
Yeah.
old.
Oh,
And
thank
remember,
you.
Liz, little Davy, the fake Space Navy, only pays $1,000 for them because they are salesman sample size, like Barbie.
I love
Nice.
that.
That's
Thank you for the
amazing.
super chat. And
That is
thank you for
amazing.
making us smile. That's amazing. That is amazing. Oh, thank you,
That was
Retired
awesome.
Red. See, that's why I need to be fired across the board as a mod on anyone's channel.
Never be fired. Never be fired. We love you too much. We love you absolutely the way you are.
Thank you. I love you too. Oh, thank you.
So
Calls me Colton. She's a mod on my channel. Thank you so much,
nice.
honey.
Thank you so very much.
Oh, I'm just
Now
all
I
the mods are it
nice.
takes a
I love
village.
it. It does take a village. Everything takes a village. Now I will let you know, the last I saw was just from being able to get the car was just the 125. I haven't checked since then. If you're able to help, please definitely let us know. You know, help any one of us the best we can. Wish lists have been popping up. So that way we can be done. And then the next time you hear about it, it's literally going to be us there taking pictures and living and being live for you. So,
Nice.
do you have any other questions?
I think that's good for now. I'll let you off the hook for the rest of the night. Although I'm only one text away.
Absolutely.
Just threatening you.
And if you can, Chow Young Smut is still in the desperate need of 153. So that's all she needs left, guys. 153. Go over, say hi, smash that like, show some love.
Yes,
this is a community that's built on love. That's built on being there for each other, being open, being present. So please show a little bit of love if you can.
And Retired Red are putting up the links for everything. And that reminds me, I will copy and paste the links into the description of the video on my channel. And we will get that. Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions? You can write the word question. I know I talk about my past a lot, and you know, I want to say this. Please don't email me. How do I continue being positive? Because there was a time that I wasn't positive. There was a time that I was very evil, very unhappy with myself, and I realized, well, for me, when I was in Scientology, I was evil. You know, when I got out, I had a hard time switching from evil to who I wanted to be. But now, with the help of a therapist, with the help of the love of my life, I'm who I want to be. I don't want to be on the hoe train. Choo choo, choo choo. I want to grow old with Carrie, and I want to get my dad out.
Wheels and crafts. We're just an email away.
We're just an email away. Either one of us.
Pineapple away.
Hey, now we love the pineapple because that's a safe word.
That's right. That's right. As long as it's right side up.
I don't care which side it is. I am not a swinger. I do love that someone had stated that it was swinger material. It's just a pineapple. I'm not saying what, you know, send me an upside down pineapple, baby. Yeah. How you doing, pineapple? You know, it's nothing like that.
It's a great fruit. It's
right?
Yeah.
It's a great.
You are magnificent. I agree. Yes, she is. Liz, I hope you get your dad.
I hope so too.
Yes.
I truly hope so too.
Well, this has been awesome.
Need to keep making noise.
Yes, let's do this more often.
Absolutely. Well, my adoptive mom, it was a pleasure hanging with you. It was a pleasure hanging with all of you. Thank you so much for being in the comments. Thank you so much for showing the love. I appreciate all of you and everything that you've done for me and for my family. From the bottom of my heart, thank you.
Have a great night, you guys. Bye.